Hi JSFers, I hope you've had a fantastic day today. Lovely sunshine. Many of you would have done the Joe Wicks PE lesson this morning. Really important that we get this, keep this fitness up. We are unfortunately over the next few weeks, months, going to drop off on our swimming fitness. So we've really got to make sure we keep our core strength up, our aerobic fitness going. So these sessions that Joe Wicks is doing in the morning, really important. Things you can do with your brothers, your sisters, your mums, your dads. Fantastic. But anyway, what we're going to do now, or what I'm going to do now, is I'm going to turn around and talk to you about technique. And one of the big issues with swimming is how to move forward faster, okay, without losing the power as we're pushing behind. So one of the big issues is to propel yourself forward, you've got to send the water backwards. And this is important because we need to make sure we're using the whole of the arm. So to give an example of this, as we pull through, we need to make sure these arms go in this shape. So we're using the whole of the arm here to take the water through on front crawl. So an example of this is we come through here and we drive the water back. We're driving it back here. What we don't want to be doing is this, coming through here and dropping the elbow. If we're dropping the elbow, all we're using is this part here to push the water back, and our hand is hiding behind it. So it's really important to get our hands out here. Now we've got a best friend when it comes to making sure this, and it's called our peripheral vision. That's out here. So we're looking out here, we've got our head down, there's our peripheral vision, we're looking down at catch and our hands, and if we can just see our hands out there, we know we're using the whole of the arm. It's a bit like rowing, okay? You're not going to go very far if you don't get the oars in the water. If we're not using the whole of the arm as we come through, we're not going to push the water behind us. Now, what a lot of swimmers do, okay, is they sweep. You see them coming in here, and over that arm comes, and it's going over this center line. Now, one of the things we don't want to ever do in front crawl is go over this center line, and that's from here, your nose, down to your belly button. So we're going to come through, and if we sweep over here, what we're doing is instead of putting the water there behind us, we're now shifting it over there diagonally. It's still going behind, but what we're doing is we're putting 100% of effort in here, and we're moving the water that way, giving us maybe 75%, even maybe only 50% propulsion forward. So we need to make sure it all goes around behind us. Extremely important, okay? I'll give you an example of this. Now, I'm no artist, unfortunately, but if you can see this here, we're swimming here, we're pushing down behind us, 100% of effort and 100% of water going directly behind us. We turn around and we sweep, so that's coming across here, and we've got the water going sideways, maximum of 75% of power going there. So we're putting 100% of effort in to get 75% of power. And this is why you see some swimmers who seem to be going really long, slow strokes, but they're traveling through the water a lot faster than someone that's rushing around and sweeping. So let's just go back on that again, okay? We need to make sure we've got our arms right the way out. We're coming through, elbow out, taking our hands. We can afford to have our hands open just a little bit. If we do this, we're extending the size of the hand. Water will get sticky and stick between the fingers. We do this, and it's a bit like cooking peas in a sieve. It's not going to work, okay? The water's going to go straight through. So arms out, push right the way through. Okay, and we want to try and make sure that we get the power and the length of stroke as far as we can. So we've got this crocodile sort of head, and we're coming through and we're driving through and we're stretching out as far as we can get. Another thing we make sure that we don't do when we're swimming, and something you see a lot of children doing, is breathing to the ceiling. And this is what happens. They come in and they're sweeping here, over they go, hands there, and they're looking up there. We've dropped this shoulder. We're no longer in a straight streamline position, and we're going to slow right down. It's a bit like putting the brakes on your bike. As we breathe, we're coming in, we stretch this hand out, breathing directly off the side, bottom goggle in the water, breathing out the top of our mouth, take a minimum amount of air that we can, and we drive on down. Really nice and straightforward and simple. Okay, so to recap, elbows out. We don't sweep. We don't drop our elbow. We try to make sure that we get the power in from catch nice and just below the stretched arm, and we drive that one through. And we're going to breathe off the bottom goggle, top of the mouth to the side. Hope you like that. Okay, I'm going to come back later in the week with some other tips and other technical stuff to do with other strokes. But for the time being, that's our frog crawl one done today. I hope you all get up at 9 o'clock in the morning or before 9 o'clock in the morning and you're ready to do your Joe Wicks PE lesson. I'm certainly going to be doing it. I did it this morning, had great fun. I was absolutely shattered at the end of it, and and anyway, missing you all. I'm hoping that you will put videos on a new hashtag that I'm going to be setting up later on tonight. Be able to download your own training videos. Please don't post on the podcast and training videos hashtag that I've set up for this. This is just going to be for mine. Okay, have a lovely evening. Bye.